Hey guys, Sledgehammer70 here, and today I want to do a video about commuting. Commuting in your 2016 Camaro. Now, I have been lucky enough to drive two different Camaros, one same car, but two different ones, and put some miles up. So on the first car I had, it was just over 3,000 miles on that car. And this car, I literally just rolled over 500 miles. So I'm still in that break-in period, kind of taking it easy on the car. I will say there's been a couple times that I've got ahead of myself, but and I'm going the right way, sorry. I'm on a road that I don't normally drive, so if you see me kind of not paying attention to the camera, I apologize. But I am literally commuting right now. So I had a business meeting up here just above Chatsworth, down in LA Basin area, and I am commuting home, and it's about 121 miles, so not a small drive. My normal drive, as you guys may have seen in my other video, is just over 108 miles. It varies day to day, depending on where Waze takes me. So if it finds an alternate route or takes me off the freeway, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. I drive a little bit more mileage, but on average it's about 108, 110, 111 one way. So just a little over 220 miles a day when I commute in. And you know, one thing I want to say is I came from a 5th gen. So my last car I drove, and I drove it a lot because at that time I had to commute that drive every single day. Luckily, I do get to work from home now so many days a week, so that's great, and I don't have to put that many miles on the car compared to what I did to my Gen 5. But overall, like, just in comparison to my Gen 5 and my Gen 6, this Gen 6 is a lot nicer ride. Now, there's probably a lot of things to it. One, it's built on the Cadillac platform, which definitely helped. The car doesn't feel like a tank like the Gen 5 did. It is lighter in general, but with the magnetic ride control and just the suspension in general, I feel like it's just a better handling, stable car. Now, the one gripe I had with my 5th gen is I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5". What am I, like 280 pounds. I'm a fairly decent sized gentleman. And I fit in this car pretty snugly. In my Gen 5, there was a little bit more room, at least it felt, but the one thing I can say is like, on long trips, if I was in traffic for 2.5, 3 hours, my right knee would start bothering me. You know, for all those of you guys who have Gen 5s or have driven Gen 5s or have owned Gen 5s, you'll remember the center console and everything was just hard plastic. It wasn't very, you didn't really have a comfortable place to rest your legs, but whatever, it's a muscle car, right? You didn't really care too much. But for me, being a big guy, it made a big deal. You know, the difference in being comfortable and the difference of not being comfortable, you know, that's a thing for people, and it's a thing for me. And so one of my biggest concerns with the Gen 6 was I was really worried I wasn't going to fit in the car properly. So it wasn't until I was able to go to the Find New Roads tour in Los Angeles in November, which was, I had already ordered my car. Like, I committed and ordered my car before I even sat in one. The first thing I did was I jumped in and 2SS that they had sitting there. It was a red one. I'll see if I can dig up a picture. If so, I'll follow this statement. But was able to sit in that car and realize, like, I fit. Like, the seats all the way back, all the way down. If I don't keep my hair cut, my hair will hit the ceiling for sure. But it's a snug fit in the Gen 6. But on long road trips, like in my Gen 5s that I would take driving into work or sitting in traffic for 3.5, 4 hours at times, my knee doesn't hurt in this car. It's comfortable, and I don't know if it's a combination of that little bit more leg space that did come with the 6th gen, or if it's that leg space and having this little side bolster. Now, the side bolster is not very comfortable. I mean, it's literally a piece of fake leather wrapped around hard plastic. I know you can buy some of the other ones. I'm almost tempted to rip these out and see if I can put real padding there to see if I can make it even more comfortable. But yeah, like, the 6th gen in general is just more comfortable. The seats are more comfortable, and like, for me, the reason why I got the 2SS is because I wanted the cooled seats. I'm always hot, so I'll probably never use the heated option. But the cooled seat option was a big thing, but they're just comfy. Like, they're I don't know how to explain it. Like, the base of the seat is a lot more cushy. The back feels a little bit more supportive. I know a lot of guys out there complain that there is no lumbar support. I'm a big guy. I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not having that. I know my posture is probably terrible and it would probably help that, but I don't feel like I'm missing anything there. You know, the bolsters in the stock SS are decent enough to where I'm not, like when I do spirited driving or if I go backhill driving, I don't feel like I'm getting thrown out of my seat. They're good enough. I mean, even for a guy my size. Now, if you're a smaller person and you don't fill in your seat, I could probably see you having an argument that the seats don't fit you very well. But yeah, I mean, it's fairly comfy for me. So the other side of it is like LA traffic or LA freeways and highways, and even on the outskirts of LA, they're not the best freeways in the world. Now, some of them are obviously better than others. I'm currently on, I'm on the 210 East right now. I haven't driven this freeway in forever. But you know, having the option to change from Tour to Track to Sport is really nice in this case, especially when I take the side streets, because most of the LA side streets, they're riddled with potholes. They're just not good streets. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have terrible streets out where you're at as well. But the magnetic ride control does an amazing job at keeping this car from just feeling like it's beating you up all day. And it's kind of an unfair assessment for me to just gripe on the 5th gen saying it wasn't as nice of a ride, because I did lower that car, and I will say over time that car got really rough to ride in. And I mentioned that in my Lethal Drive Club review when I was actually back in that car driving with my dad. And even now, like coming from this car to that car, it's just like, wow, I can't believe I drove in a car that drove like that. Like it was pretty, I mean, it was comfy, but it wasn't like, man, this is a nice ride. Like I don't think I could ever say that going back in that car. And it's kind of had me wondering if I should lower this car or not. I don't know if I want to lower this car just to close that wheel gap just a little bit, but I'm struggling knowing that I have that commute around the fact of, will it be a rough ride? Like I'm hoping I can get a setup with that supports the magnetic ride control and it will keep that nice ride that the car has. But time will tell. I got to see what systems come out. There's not really a magnetic ride control option available on the market, so we'll just have to wait a little bit longer. But that being said, you know, and one thing a lot of you guys have asked me about and even giving me crap about, and it's awesome, I don't care, but yes, I drive the A8 Auto in a Camaro SS. Butcher me, hang me out to dry, call me whatever you want. But you know what, to call me not a car enthusiast because I drive an A8, you're just simply wrong. You're dumb and you're wrong. But I will respect your opinion, but I do want to highlight, I do know how to drive a stick. I do have a secondary car that is a stick, but this is my daily driver. I drive 100 plus miles when I commute into work in LA traffic, and having an A8 Auto is amazing. If I had to drive a new SS or even a Corvette or whatever car in a stick, I'd probably shoot myself at how crazy it would be. Like on those mornings where you just have no idea and the traffic is so terrible, like 4-hour commute with a stick and bumper to bumper traffic, I dare you to try to enjoy that. I don't care how much you think feeling the road feels so good, like you're just insane. So I do love a stick, don't get me wrong. I mean, if I do end up getting a ZL1, which is my hopes and dreams to get one day, is a nice loaded ZL1, I'll probably go with the manual 6. I hope they come out with the manual 7. But man, that new 10-speed auto, that thing seems pretty legit. So I don't know. So butcher me if you will, but I like the A8 Auto on this long drive. If you guys have an A8 Auto, let me know what you guys think. But overall, this car is just much better to drive. Again, the suspension with the magnetic ride control and the seating and just the little bit more legroom. Like for me, it has made this car a joy to drive. And it's comfortable, having the ability to swap up how the suspension handles. It's just nice across the board. But with that being said, I would love to know what you guys do. You know, I know a lot of you guys out there drive the brand new Camaros, whether it's the LT or the SS, or even the 5th gens or other cars. Like, what kind of commutes do you guys have? Do you drive as far as I do? Are you crazy like I am? If not, the short drives, like, how do you guys feel the car handles, in your opinion? Now, I know most people who are watching this video probably don't have a 2016 Camaro, and are looking to this to be like, well, how does the car drive and commute? Like, I will say the car's great. It's comfortable. I have never anything to complain about. But I would love to also know what other people think. Like, my opinion's not the only one. I'm one size. I have no idea how a 140-pound person feels in this car. So let me know below. Post in the comments. As always, guys, likes and shares are 100% appreciated. The channel's been growing like crazy. You guys are awesome. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I thank you guys for subscribing and checking out the videos. Hopefully you found them helpful or enjoyable, whether they're the install guides or just my general vlogs talking about randomness or things that just pop on the top of my head. But again, I thank you for joining me on this video. It's another long one. Apologies. But yeah, commuting in your Camaro. What do you guys think? Post below. And until next time, guys, I will see you on the road.